One thing I want to ask you, and this may be just a little out of your zone of knowledge, but maybe not, is typically when the rates are low, like they were for quite some time, aren't home builders just absolutely just building like crazy? Meaning that would have helped the inventory, or we were just so far behind the eight ball as an industry that said no matter how fast they built, they just could not produce enough inventory, or were they caught in that cycle of not realizing that the people who had the low interest rates had no interest, no pun intended, of selling their home, so that future inventory of turnover was evaporated and they just couldn't build enough?
Yeah, I think that could be part of it. The home builders do kind of project out quite a bit. They definitely do try to plan out 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. During that low point during the pandemic, I think there was more of an effort to try to get some more homes built. But then, of course, we did have those higher rates occur that did dampen demand somewhat, because again, home builders don't have a home to sell before they build a new one. But at the same time, it takes a long time to build a home in a lot of markets. It's not like, okay, we're going to build 100 homes, and from the day you decide to build them, you're going to have them delivered in 6 months. It takes a lot longer, and of course, depending on the market and local government situation in terms of fees and permits and so forth, it can take quite a while
Mm.
to add to that inventory. And then, of course, if you have a situation where rates get elevated very quickly, again, I keep saying doubled in the last 3 or 4 years, or at least 2 and 3 years, then as they see that demand start to soften, then they start to recalibrate their plans to add too much inventory too quick. Because the worst thing a home builder wants to have is standing inventory. That's the big no-no when you're
Mm.
building new homes. You don't want to have a bunch of standing inventory. So you have to kind of monitor that, what's going on in terms of demand and mortgage rates, and then compare that to, what do you think you can successfully build and get sold in a quick period of time.